The United States addressed the Iran situation at the UN Security Council on January 15, 2026, during an emergency meeting it requested. The U.S. Ambassador, Mike Waltz, delivered a firm message in support of Iranian protesters and warned the Iranian government. The U.S. stands by the brave people of Iran. President Trump is a man of action and has made it clear are on the table to stop the slaughter. The people are demanding freedom, like never before. Accused the Iranian government of being afraid of their own people. The people are demanding freedom, like never before. Accused the Iranian government of being afraid of their own people, dismissed Iran's claim that protests are a foreign plot as a lie, arguing the regime uses this to justify crackdowns, warned the Iranian leadership that further killing would have grave consequences. Announced new sanctions on Iranian officials for suppressing protests. G7 nations also prepared additional sanctions. The meeting was held amid large-scale protests in Iran and previous threats of U.S. military intervention. Protests began over economic grievances in labor 2025 and evolved into a nationwide upheaval. Iran's UN envoy accused the U.S. of direct involvement in steering unrest and exploiting protests for geopolitical goals. UN official Martha Poby expressed alarm over threats of military strikes, stating they add volatility to an already combustible situation. U.S. also tracked funds of Iranian leaders being wired abroad. The internet in Iran remained largely shut down. The meeting revealed deep international divisions. Iran's Deputy Ambassador Ghulam Hossein Dardzi stated Iran seeks neither escalation nor confrontation, but warned any act of aggression would be met with a decisive, proportionate, and lawful response. UN's warning. Assistant Secretary General Martha Poby urged maximum restraint, reaffirming the UN Charter's principles of peaceful dispute settlement. Other nations. Russia accused the U.S. of blatant aggression and interference, while France and Britain condemned Iran's violence and threatened new sanctions. 5. While the U.S. speech signaled strong support for protesters and kept military options open, President Trump also indicated a possible de-escalation, saying he had been told killings were subsiding. The immediate U.S. response shifted to economic and diplomatic pressure through sanctions, with the G7 aligning on this approach. The overall risk of a wider conflict remains heavily dependent on whether protests reignite and how Iran handles detainees.